This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Yo, what is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? This is your boy, Swank, host of the K-Gun Report, and we're here for Season 3, Episode 27 of the K-Gun Report, and holy goddamn, we got 82 viewers over on Facebook. What happened? Welcome to all you new viewers, and listen, we're getting into that huge win against the Tennessee Titans last night. We're going to talk about that Miami game coming up, all the news and comments. We got Rattle the Reads. We're going to get right into it right after this. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming and hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. Are we supposed to be chugging like multiple beers right now? Hey, what is up, everybody? Right over here, we got my main man, Mr. Jarrod Reed. What's up, Jarrod?
Oh, I'm over to the side this time.
Yeah,
That's
you are.
awesome. Hey, what's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome to the K-Gun Report. I'm representing the FLX Mafia between Seneca, Canandaigua, and Cuca Lake.
Yep.
Go Bills.
Go Bills. And right down below, we got my other main man who looks just like my other main man here, Mr. Scooter Magooter. What's up, Scoot?
I was gonna say, can you have two main men?
Sure.
Hey, what's up, Bills Mafia? 2-0. Man, I'm telling you what, guys, we're going into week 3 against a division, Miami Dolphins. They're also 2-0. I think it's time we slap them in the mouth and make those Dolphins fans realize what kind of team they're playing against next week. But we'll talk a little bit about this other victory we just had. But welcome, everyone. Cheers.
Hey, cheers. Big up. Yeah, we're going to get into that this Tennessee game right quick. But first, we're going to say hi to Nate Lilly saying go Bills. We got Diana Kirkdorfer. What's up, Diana? Go Bills. Marie Mumford. Debbie Emerton. We got Connie Drya. Way to rock the stadium, Bills. Robert Badette. Got 'em, Bills. We got Mr. Frank Mullen saying let's go. John Johns. Paul Kirkdorfer. Our boy Josh Cook. Man, so many cool people. Paul Rossi. We got Robbie from Let's Talk 716 Sports.
What's up,
a lot of
guys?
new names here, man. Thanks for everybody joining in and spreading the love and sharing the good word about the K-Gun Report. Keep your questions and comments coming in. We're going to address every single thing that we absolutely can tonight. We got
Swank,
Kyle
can
Webster.
I address something right now, my friend?
Yeah, you can cut me off. Go ahead.
How many viewers on Facebook do we have right now?
We got 49.
49. Come back next week, guys. This Tremaine Edmonds will be yours if you leave a comment during the show next week.
Ooh, so everybody that leaves a comment is getting that?
Everyone that leaves a comment next week on the show
will be entered to win it?
Entered to win this
Oh,
Tremaine Edmonds.
you're not buying 57 of them?
There you go. I was going to say, well, here comes Swank with the disclosure here. So the Tremaine Edmonds mini helmet, if you leave a comment next week's show, you'll be put on the wheel, Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny, to win it, and we'll announce the winner in 2 weeks. That's awesome, Tremaine.
That's goddamn right. Now listen, I can't stand it no more, man. We're talking about this big victory, week 2, Tennessee Titans, grudge match, revenge game. We had enough, god damn it, and we got them. Scott, what are your first reactions and thoughts to this game?
Wow. Slow start. I thought we still ended up 17-7 at halftime, but the way they come out in that second half, man, I'm telling you, something that Bills fans aren't used to with the adjustments being made at halftime. I don't think they're really that big of adjustments necessarily. I think they're just starting to come out a little more relaxed, calm, and understand the game plan a little better. Maybe just reaffirmation of the game plan for that week. But man, I tell you guys, we have depth. We'll talk about the D-line in a little bit, I imagine, but you know, Jordan Phillips, Daquan Jones, and the two guys they brought up, and Brewster and Bryant, held their own against the King. Man, I think he averaged under 2 yards a rush. That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot to take away from this game. But wow, I'm going to stick with wow. That was they showed up and they made the other team shut up at the third quarter. Guys, let's remember, they brought in their backups in the third quarter before we brought in our backups. So they quit. They threw in the white flag. That was awesome.
I love that, man. We talked about this in the preseason and even in the offseason, man. Like, we all love competitive games. I am sick of competitive games. We've been on the losing end of competitive games. I'd rather be in dominant games. Our boy, brother Brent Thomason always says, my bold prediction is that the backup QB's coming in and throwing for 2 TDs in garbage time in the fourth quarter. If he would have done that prediction for last night, he would have been almost dead nut. No touchdown, but over a quarter of your backups playing, and it was not initiated from our side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some big problems down in Tennessee if your head coach is giving up on you and not wanting you to at least put some sort of offense together. I get trying to get Willis in there and get some touches, but it's week 2. Like, maybe you need to get the actual offense that you're trying to put out on the field some real-time reps. Like, give them a little confidence. I did not think that was the right call at all for them. Don't care. Glad they did it. It's a great headline on top of a million other great headlines. Jarrod, what's your initial reaction to this game?
First to add on to that, was it 41-7 going into the fourth quarter, right? So nobody scored the fourth quarter, I don't think.
Yep.
So
Correct.
Malik Willis came in and he started playing with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. We got to remember our Bills defense still shut the team out, and Malik Willis is going to add something different to that dynamic of the offense. So the Bills had these young guys coming in, the second, third stringers coming in, and still stopping that Malik Willis ran offense where they didn't score any points. And I tell you what, one of the most beautiful hits I saw last night was when Milano welcomed Malik Willis into a regular season NFL game with that hit, and that was perfectly formed tackling. And to go back on the defense,
Except he got a stinger out of it.
Yeah, that hurts sometimes when you get that neck jabbed in.
Yeah, no doubt.
I looked at the stats today a little bit here and there, and what stood out to me was our leading tackler was Taron Johnson with 4 tackles. 4. So that means that defense was just flying to the ball, and everybody was getting their little taste of that Tennessee Titans offense, which is sometimes what you need. Sometimes you have a linebacker that leads away with 10 or 12, but no, it's 4, 3. It's just awesome. And I big credit to that defense and Leslie Frazier for putting that scheme together, because that was beautiful.
Listen, sticking with that defensive side of the ball, we might as well roll right into it. One of the main things that I was most impressed with was our depth, our ability to adapt. You had Dane Jackson, who was already filling in for the best defensive football player you have. Well, now that Vaughn's there, I don't know. Top 2 best defensive player that you have on the team in Trey White. All right, he's in there. He's been doing a fantastic job. Had a pick last week. Now he gets hurt, like seriously hurt. And if you haven't heard, I'm sure most of you guys have because you're all crazy Bills heads like us. Dane walked out of the hospital. He's home. No serious back or spine injury, which is amazing. I don't know. It didn't look very good in that replay, man. I wanted to say like his helmet had to unbuckle or something because the way it snapped back, it looked bad. But big up to the health professionals that were there, everybody getting on top of it, doing their job. Dane's alive and well and can move all of his extremities and walk out of the hospital today. So that's awesome. But if you're looking at this, man, no Ed Oliver, no Tim Settle. This rotation, you're sitting here thinking like, oh my God, what are they going to do? They bring up these 2 guys, Bryant and Braven. Is that Brewer from the practice squad. They fill in. All of a sudden, you got Groot lining up at tackle. Did you see that?
And he just grabbed the guard.
After Dane Jackson's injury, he came in and he one-armed the guard, pushed him right back, and it was fluent and beautiful. And I love seeing Russo do that because it just adds to the dynamic of his game.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. And I think one of the guys that we forgot about, Scott, yesterday when we did Sunday sessions, Boogie Basham. I mean, he's a multi-positional player, lines up outside, inside. And I think we kind of forgot about him when we were talking about Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips, all that stuff. But, man, that line holding its own again. Von Miller, I mean, maybe he didn't have the 2 sacks this time, but he caught the king in the backfield. He had some really good pressures. They say, like, if you look at every play on that defense, Von Miller is a highlight reel. He's demanding attention, and a lot of these big plays are because of Von Miller.
Yep. Even that sack he almost got where he hit the ball out of Tannehill's hands during the pass. Quarterback, I don't care if you're a professional 20 years or a rookie. You feel that one time, you're going to feel it the rest of the game, whether or not he's back there or not. On Boogie Basham, guys, he's got a quiet stat line, a quietly impressive stat line. Right now, in just 2 games, he has an interception, he has a sack, and he's got a fumble recovery. And he's not getting a lot of plays. So, yeah, I mean,
He's got 2 fumble recoveries, my friend.
2
He got one last night, too. This team is – Jordan Poyer's on McAfee's 17-game average here, 17 picks in 17 games. He was on McAfee's show, and McAfee tweeted it out as soon as it happened. He's keeping the record alive. Like, he's staying on top of his stat. It's awesome, man. Everybody's just firing on all cylinders on that defense, and it's amazing. And if you guys, don't worry, we're going to get to this offense. There's just a couple other things that I want to talk about. Injuries. McDermott hit the podium today. Of course, one of the things I love about Sean McDermott is that he doesn't give us a whole lot, which means he doesn't give the opponents a whole lot. And I love that about him. I always say that he's a more likable Belichick. But he addressed Ed, Tim, and Gabe as getting better. But he addressed Micah, Jordan Phillips, Milano as day-to-day, and Dane, obviously, day-to-day. I'd be surprised if he suited up on Sunday, whether he was good to go or not by some miracle. But that's good news, I think, trending forward. I think you're going to get Ed and Tim and Gabe back. I would bet money on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Scott. What'd you think about the corner play?
Hey, I thought they did great. Tannehill always finds a way, apparently, against the Bills these last couple of years to play the safest game possible and still find a way to win. Of course, he always had that long run by Henry those games. Corner play was good. I like the way Elam and Benford were aggressive, especially towards those outside zone runs that they were able to catch the King on the outside. That was impressive tackle on one of those plays by Benford.
Yep.
Not only getting the outside edge, coming up the line, getting the outside edge, trying to force the guy to go inside. The King decided to continue going to the outside, and he made a 2-yard lost tackle. So I thought that was great. Kyer Elam, he gave up a couple deep balls across the middle, but he was right there. Like, it's a game of inches, guys, and he can make those adjustments, I think, as the season goes on. So very impressive. And I think 190 total yards they gave up off defensively. So they stopped the run, and those cornerbacks did what they – granted, we went into it on the Sunday sessions and even the K-Gun report before last Tuesday saying that their offensive weapons aren't that impressive as far as wide receivers go. But hey, you play every game, any given Sunday, and they held their own. I thought they were impressive. This
was a milestone, man. In 2 weeks, you beat the defending Super Bowl champs and the number 1 AFC seed from the playoffs last year. And the Titans have had your number for the last 2 seasons. So for me, this is what needed to happen. We talked about it all week, right? This game needed to happen this way, and I am so glad it did. Really balanced on the defensive side and the offense. Oh, my good God. Jarrod, let's get into this offense, man. What? Pick only 30 of your favorite things that happened from last night.
One of my favorite things to point out here is Swank, you alluded to this before the season even started. We had all the attention on Gabe Davis and Crowder and Knox and all these receivers that the Bills have, McKenzie, and Diggs was quiet. We knew he was there, but he was quiet, and nobody really brought attention to Diggs until week 1 when he had a hell of a game for 122 yards. I think 8 catches, 122. And then what does he do last night? 12 catches for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns on deep patterns. Gabe Davis isn't there. He's usually deep. Skinny post, right, Scott?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That touchdown pass was a skinny post to Diggs, wasn't it?
Yep.
So they filled in. Crowder did awesome. Kumaro filled in, made some great catches when he needed to. A possession receiver, right? So a lot of good things. My favorite thing, though, was watching Gilliam get that first touchdown. Yeah. Fullbacks matter, right? Fullbacks matter. He got it on a screen, got hit, spun around, showed his tight end fullback ability because he did play quite a bit in college. So, and he got in the end zone. I couldn't be more happier for Sledge.
Yep.
There you go. So a lot of good things.
Yeah. That went viral, the whole Sledge celebration. That was nice.
They all synchronized the sledge. That was
it was sweet. It looked like an old like Street Fighter video game thing or something. I thought it was cool. Josh Allen at the end of the night when he got interviewed by ESPN, they were asking him which of the TDs were his favorite, and I was sitting there thinking, like, we know Josh Allen, we know how he responds. He's very professional. I was not expecting him to single one out, but that's the one he singled out. And then he talked about what a hardworking guy Reggie is, and I don't know, it's awesome. Josh Allen just knows how to spread the love around and make his guys feel appreciated, man. And I don't know, it's just another like cherry on top of the cake. Scott, what do you got?
There's a lot to take from this game. I could list them all, but I'm going into I'm looking deeper into the game with this one, guys. I'm looking in when James Cook came in with the second stringers and was pretty impressive. Now, I know he was going against second stringers. I know all that stuff. I know how that all plays out. But get this. The Tennessee Titans knew they were running the ball to run the clock out. They knew they were running the ball. They stacked the box. The offensive line wasn't the starting offensive line. And James Cook still found a way to average like 4.5 yards a carry. He had that big 33-yard run. I'm glad he was able to get some reps in real game time and to feel it out a little bit, get over that fumble. But I'm thinking that little bit, everyone knows the best way to gain confidence, the best way to develop as an NFL football player is to actually do it on the field. And that fourth quarter, just in week 2, guys, to get all these guys out there and getting some reps is going to be huge come later in the season. And I thought it was a big step for James Cook, and I think it's a confidence booster for sure. So I'm going to take that out of it because there's obviously so much more.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at things to criticize, the run game you could probably do a little bit of work on, right? There's also some, like, coaching decisions. I know a lot of people gave McDermott flack about that challenge. I'm going to say, like, the first couple of angles they showed, it didn't look like he got that other foot down, and then all of a sudden there was that angle, and you could see he tapped his toe really clear. To me, I thought originally he just took a timeout because that's what he does. He lets them line up, right, and show their hand, and then they talk about it, and then they go at it and see if they come out in the same formation. I don't know. What's it matter? You know, I mean, you can say that looking there now, but even at the time, I was like, these refs have been pretty bad all night. They were spotting the ball a good yard shorter, I thought, in the whole first quarter and second quarter. That offsides, no call, was absolutely ridiculous. There was a bunch of false starts on the Titans side on that touchdown drive, specifically towards the end of it. I don't know. I had no respect for that. So I thought, like, well, you got to stop, evaluate what the D lined up as, talk about it for a minute longer, you know. So you wasted a challenge. What are they worth, man? Like, really, what are they worth? I'm like sick of it. So other than that, man, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit. I called Diggs having a big old game yesterday during Sunday sessions, and I'm glad he did. I feel bad. Mr. Stephon Diggs, please do not take offense. I shorted you 1 touchdown in my my projection. But I'll say it again, man. Just like you alluded to earlier, Jarrod, everybody's forgot about Diggs. Everybody wants to talk about everybody else on this team. There's a lot happening. And it's not like they don't know he's there, but it seemed like the Titans defense didn't know that he was there because they thought that a rookie corner could just match him all night. And he owned that poor young man several times, juked him out of his shoes, beat him for, God, that one long touchdown. What a ball from Josh Allen. What, 46 yards right in his hands, like fully extended. You don't get that from anybody else but Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. It was a thing of beauty. And I love that they didn't take their foot off the gas, just kept it right on their throat the whole time. Beautiful.
One of the videos I love seeing, and it had a little meme below it, Swank, said Ken Dorsey looked like the guy that was the first one to finish the test and stand up and pack up his stuff and leave. They showed a little video of him up in the booth, and he legit puts all his stuff together. He's got a big smile on his face, like he just aced the test, stood up and walked out before anybody else did. So I thought it was hilarious. And I think that's the kind of, we talked in the Sunday sessions before that, saying what kind of, is he gonna go with the Tennessee Titans' weakness, which they gave up a shitload of rushing yards to the Giants the week before.
Mm-hmm.
They only ran the ball like 20 times total.
Yeah.
So they went opposite. He went with what works for the Buffalo Bills and kept the foot on the pedal, and I loved it. And like you said during our game thread yesterday, is I could sit down and watch blowouts every week.
Sure.
We deserve it.
Absolutely. I mean, how many years have we gone through being on the other end of that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know. To your point about Dorsey not caving to the masses and trying to work that whole running game situation just because it worked for the Giants. Yeah, it worked for the Giants, but how much did they win by? And that game went down to the last play.
Yep.
You know, I think Ken Dorsey's fine. They were giving Dable a whole lot of praise during that cast yesterday, and you know what, man? Fine. I mean, I'm glad that he's doing something. I'm glad he's a head coach. I'm glad he's having a success. I'm way more grateful for the success that we're having right now. It seems a lot more fluid. It seems a lot more fun. It seems a lot looser, but contained. It's like controlled chaos. And I don't know. I'm just so grateful.
One thing I do want to add real quick, Swank,
Yeah.
is something that even ESPN, the announcer with the sideline lady, went up and talked to McDermott. You could tell the Bills were a bit anxious. Monday Night Football against a team they haven't beaten. And she interviewed McDermott real quick just due to the fact that at the end of the quarter, he brought the team together, said, play your own football, guys. You're looking a little tight right now. Loosen up. This is our game. And after that's when everything started coming together. They understand each other, and it's awesome to see the coach actually notice it's happening, get them all back as a group, and say that's the culture.
I loved that comment by him, because even though we went down and scored that first touchdown on the opening drive, I still felt like, man, it's not like they're getting first downs, but they're not clicking, right? Like they're moving the ball and it's fine. It just doesn't look as fluid. It looked a little janky, and I was so glad he addressed it. Glad it got straightened up. As soon as you see Josh smiling, it's over, dude. It's absolutely over. When he's having fun out there, it's over. But I'm very glad that Dorsey kept to his game plan. It's like what we've been saying, again, all off season, into the preseason, into this season. I want the team that's going to play their game the way they want to play it, no matter who they're playing against. Yep. We do this. We want to do this. You will conform to what we're doing because we're better than you. That's what I wanted. So, we got so many people chiming in on the comments. Thank you so much. Alan Lartz, when the Bills kept their foot on the gas, they gave Vrabel a taste of his own medicine. I like that. We got, let's see, Giants beat 2 garbage teams from Chocolate Lab Puppies in Benton, Kentucky. Is that your boy?
It's Ken.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ken?
Yep, you saw the lab that was just crawling Jarrod's lap. That came from the Kentucky lab. So.
She kicked everything out. I lost the sound for about 3 minutes there, and I pushed her away. That's why I wasn't able to participate. And I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
So
we didn't notice.
I'm back.
We didn't notice. Yeah.
I'm going like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So we had Josh Allen throw again a hell of an amazing game. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 rush. 1 scramble, and he did his little, I don't know, what was that, like a pommel horse?
Yeah.
A little pommel horse, little jump there. But, of course, the Josh Allen things, got the first down. What do you guys think about that, man? Like, what if that is more the plan, that Josh scrambles only when necessary? How are you feeling about that?
You win 41-7, and you only ran the ball once. I'm okay with it.
Me too.
I think Josh Allen knows. If kind of like one of our favorite kick returners, Roberts, back in the day, he would bring out a kick return, even if it's deep in the end zone, to help bring the team's hype up. Yeah. So Josh Allen's is the same way. If he feels that the team needs a spark and he's feeling a little sparky, he may tuck the ball and run, but the game was under control. He was under control. I would love to see him not take unnecessary hits, but if it's necessary for him to get the offense going by sparking them up a little bit, I'd like to see it, but I thought it was a good play. You're winning.
I feel like that's a huge mature step for him, to know that he doesn't always have to run the ball. And we know he can when he has to. And he knows he can when he has to. But him not running the ball as much, I think this past game is showing us that he trusts his line a lot more and he trusts his reads a lot more. And that pass that he just missed with Dawson Knox where he was rolling out to his right and he put it on him, again, he was running – I'd like to get the stat on that, Scott. I think last week he was running 12 miles per hour when he threw it, right? So he's still flying. When he's making the decision to get out of that pocket, he's going. So the chances of someone catching up is going to be low. But he's also has his eyes down the field the whole time. And I think that's just a mature step that he's taken. And Bills fans, he's still going to do it when he needs to. Yeah. And it's going to be exciting to watch.
Well, he's a football player, man. Like, he wants to win. He's a competitor. He said it a million times. Like, I love that he doesn't apologize for it. Like, he's going to do whatever he has to do to make his team win. Unfortunately, what a lot of the analytics say and what a lot of the commentators and content creators say, it's not good for longevity, right? You can't keep taking those kind of hits and expect to play for a long time in the NFL. I think Josh Allen's smart, and I think he's getting smarter every single game. I mean, you look at the way that he is dissecting these defenses, the decisions that he's making, the confidence he's playing with. He threw one bad ball last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
One bad ball.
Mm-hmm.
It was that crappy little screen or whatever. It was too short, hit the turf, right? I think it was going Kumro's direction or something.
Yep. Yeah, it was on
Kumro
third down.
Yeah, it would have been a quick out. And he knew it.
Mm-hmm.
He wished he could have that one back.
Sure.
But the guy, after 2 games, is still throwing for 75.6% completion percentage. So.
Yeah, 2 bad balls in 2 huge primetime games to start the season. I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, anything else you want to say about this offense? What do you got, Scott? Anything?
I got one more thing to say. The offense is dangerous. The defense is dangerous, but watch out for that punt team.
The special teams.
3 punts, 145 yards, a 48.3 yard average, which is going to be top in the league if he keeps those kind of numbers up. 2 of which were inside the 20, 2 of which were fumbled. We recovered 1 of them, and Sam Martin's loving it.
Yeah, he was doing his strutting down the field after the one.
Hey, man, took a pay cut to come to a Super Bowl contender. I love it. They wouldn't pay him the $2 million in Denver. They went with the rookie, and now he comes sliding into Buffalo, has the easiest job in the NFL, man. And I heard on the radio today, Maddie Glad was talking. She knows, like, some of the staffers and people that work on the field, and there's this kid that catches punts during, like, drills, and he told her his punts are the hardest he's ever had to catch the whole time he's been in the NFL doing this, because he does this weird thing where it goes end over, and when it's coming down, you don't know where it's coming, right?
Knuckle.
Like, yeah, and that's pretty much why that dude muffed that first one. It was coming end over, it hit him right in the chest, and I think he got knocked by one of his own players too. But, man, how exciting. Like, what I just wish I could have been there, man. Like, my buddies were sending me videos, and, wow, just we get amped for a punter, dude.
No, I mean, just watch those. 3 punts, Scott, and the 2 that were muffed. If you go back and watch them, watch the frustration and the anxiety that's going through those punt returners' eyes and their body when they're trying to chase these balls down. So yeah, it's knuckling. So a little bit of breeze is going to toss it one way, and that's a good little weapon to have.
Yes, sir. Well, huge game, big win, a lot of fun. Stadium was electric. Man, just couldn't have went any better in my eyes. We'll keep a good eye on all the injury report this week and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I want to move forward, talk about this Dolphins game we got coming up.
There you go, Jarrod.
But first, we have a little segment that we like to do, and it's called Rattle the Reeds, where I, Swank, pick some crazy trivia to try to stump these boys. Please play along at home and in the comments. It's like the Wheel of Fortune for the poor man, really. This week, guys, do you know who's leading the league in pass yards right now?
Tua, right?
What's that?
Is it Tua?
It is Tua. Yes. It is Tua, which I don't think anybody saw coming at all.
He just had an amazing game.
He did have an amazing game.
A game where the Ravens, a 2-man zone, gave up deep balls like you wouldn't believe. And trust me, it's something that Poyer and Hyde will not let happen. But the Ravens fell apart, and it helped Tua out significantly. For sure.
Yes. Yeah, well, the defenses on both those teams are horrendous. And I think we can agree with that. I'm glad I traded for Lamar Jackson in my Dynasty League. He gave me 62 points. Awesome. But that brings me to this week's Rattle the Reeds. The top 10 passers in the NFL. Can you guys tell me who those guys are right now?
In NFL history or this?
No, just in the week up till week 2, week 1 and week 2. Number 1 is Tua Tagovailoa with 739 passing yards.
I know 2 and 3 and 4 already. I already looked the stat up earlier today.
Oh, you cheating ass.
I was looking up Josh Allen's
Let
yards.
me guess him then.
Okay.
Okay, do it.
Go ahead.
Allen's got to be top either 4 or 5, right?
He's number 4.
Okay.
Allen has 614 passing yards in 2 games.
Okay. Carson Wentz?
Number 2, Carson Wentz. Very good. 650 passing yards. Who you got for number 3? Huh?
Mahomes.
He is not number 3, but he is number 6.
Okay.
And this was the surprise to me when I look up Josh Allen to be number 4. It's actually Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is number 3.
Okay.
Is that insane? He's had 2 300-yard weeks so far.
Yep.
What?
Yep. And,
old Joe Flacco.
You know, in these top 10, you're going to get a combination of the teams that are good and the teams that are bad that have to pass the ball the whole game.
Yeah, it's true.
Justin Herbert and Mahomes are definitely in there.
5 and 6. Very good. Herbert has, I love this stat, that he has 613 passing yards and Mahomes has 595. Definitely proving to me that Herbert's is better than Mahomes.
How about Matt Ryan? Is Matt Ryan making top 10?
Matt Ryan is number 9, tied for number 9. So there are only 10 players on this list. There are 2 number 9 spots. He holds one of them.
Lamar Jackson, I'm going to probably outside the 10, but he's got a shitload of rushing yards. That's what's throwing me off.
Yeah, he is not on this list.
Okay. Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is the other number 9 on this list with 547 yards.
Jalen Hurts had a hell of a game last night, too, didn't he?
Jalen Hurts is number 7 on this list, right below Mr. Patrick Mahomes. He has 576 passing yards. I'm sorry, who?
Stafford.
Stafford is not on this list, no. I think
I'm
this
looking at the comments. Beards are on point, guys. Jennifer Kingston Burgeon.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Spartan says, we were watching on TV from outside the stadium. We heard the crowd go wild 5 seconds before something happened and kept saying something's about to happen. You know who that is? Buffalo Spartan.
Yes, Sparta.
That's right.
Where's Joe Burrow fall on that list?
Joe Burrow does not fall on that list, sir.
Oof.
Yeah, this one is a little. I would not have guessed this based on the first 2 weeks' performances.
Are you saying they're disappointing performances?
I guess I don't pay attention enough. I did watch one game where this gentleman was QBing. I was underwhelmed by his performance. He has high expectations.
Wilson. It's got to be Wilson.
It is Mr. Russell Wilson who comes in at number 8 on this list. Good job, guys. I thought that was a fun one, man. There's we got Rob Mullen.
Flacco.
Joe Flacco, dude, yeah. When I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, that's going to be the thing. This is definitely going to be it this week. I like our boy Rob Mullen was making some sweet commentary about Josh Allen leading the completion percentage here, 75.4. Leads all these dudes with that.
That's amazing.
Joe Flacco leads in attempts, 103 attempts he's had so far. Is that insane? Completely insane.
Wreck.
The next closest is Wentz at 87, which is also insane.
The Jets are going to go ahead and draft another running back next year because they're not going to think they have one due to the fact that they have to pass the ball all the time because they're always behind. Breece Hall is a weapon. We saw him in the offensive. He's an offensive weapon as far as pass receiving, and they're not getting the true effect. And Michael Carter last year was drafted by him early rounds, and they're not even using him. I think it's hilarious.
It's stupid, man.
Yep.
Stupid. And I like Salah, man. I think they could do something there. They need to catch a break. And they need to let him just stay there for like 10 years and then be like, okay, like reevaluate, like give him a 10-year contract and then reevaluate his coaching status after that, because you need somebody there for the long term to do the rebuild, the kind of rebuild they need. Like, we weren't that bad compared to this, I don't feel like, right? Like, I don't know. Well, that was Rattle the Reeds, brought to you by FLX Mafia or some shit like that. Who knows? Whatever. TSE sponsors the show. We're getting back on track with that. We should be having some really cool giveaways coming up here soon. So be on the lookout for that. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere and everywhere.
And be on the lookout for, we're doing our own. Scott's going to take one from his personal collection to do a giveaway. So if you come on next week's show and make a comment during the live stream, you'll be entered to win a mini helmet, Tremaine Edmonds signed mini helmet from Scott's own personal collection.
Ooh.
And then what we'll do is we'll spin the wheel of Fandemonium Wheel of Destiny the next show to see who the winner is.
Hell yeah.
All you need to do is make a comment.
Excuse me. We're still rolling strong at 30. Thank you guys so much. It's been a great night.
You.
Well, boys, it is 8:36. We're going forward, man. We don't live in the past in this show. We're going down to Miami. As Will Smith would say, welcome to Miami.
Bonito a Miami.
You just made words up.
Listen, this is what we've been waiting for a couple years now, is for the Buffalo Bills to face an AFC East team that actually has some fight in them. And I don't know if the 2-0 record is a true record for the Miami Dolphins, but it's going to be, finally, there may be some competition. We're going to travel down to Miami. It's going to be interesting to see the Mafia show up there, because we know how all Florida teams love to fill their stadiums with fans. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like, and if the Mafia takes over once again. I know a handful of people are traveling down for this game, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think our boy Josh Cook, who's in the comments, isn't he going down for this game?
I believe so. Ryan Van Slyke and crew are always down there. They live in Miami. From Breaking Tables, built in Buffalo. They always put on a good show, a good party, and I know they're there.
All the people I know, I tagged in the comment with Brian, so they're going to hook up with Brian hopefully down there.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, a real 2-0. I like the way you said that, man. I mean, the Patriots, they're garbage fire. Doesn't matter. I don't think that we can ignore that Tua brought them back against the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson was having his way with them, and something clicked. And I'll tell you a little story about a same-game parlay that I was in, a free $10 same-game parlay. And Lamar Jackson needed 250 yards. Mark Andrews needed 64, I think. Bateman needed 64. And Tyreek Hill needed 68. And I was in the fourth quarter halfway, and I had Lamar, Andrews, and Bateman. And I'm sitting there going, you little skinny, fast sumbitch. How the hell don't you have 64 yards right now? Like, and it was like $72, and it was free money. It was like free FanDuel money. Like, so I just did it. And boy, oh boy, was I surprised when 7 minutes later he had like 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, that dude is dangerous, man, and I hate his mouth. I think he did throw some respect on Diggs and Allen's name last night on Twitter. He talked about how their connection is real, and that's respect. So a lot of it might be show, but I know Jordan Poyer's got a lot to say about Tyreek. He went on Tyreek's podcast over the summer, and Tyreek was giving him a bunch of junk about 13 seconds. And I don't know, man. What do you think? What do you think, Scott, about Tyreek? How are we going to defend this guy?
With our nasty ass zone coverage that Leslie Frazier plays, when he, the ability for us to rush 4 and wreak havoc, we saw it happen against the Rams. I think a lot of dink and dunk stuff is going to happen for Miami. That's what they do. Tua thrived off that, and fortunately for Tua, the Ravens defense fell apart, that 2-man deep zone, and he was able to capitalize 3 times. 3 times broken coverage deep. Poyer and Hyde will not let that happen. No. But I could see the Bills bringing 4. If Settle and Oliver come back, I could see 5 defenders creating a bubble across the slant, with Edmonds being 6'6", with that wingspan and his ability to, I think he's come a long way in these 5 years to take care of that middle of the field. You look at where Tua completes his balls, inside the hashes is where he doesn't do it. And I think that's the only option he might have this week, because we have, I believe, 2 rookie cornerbacks in Benford and Kyer Elam, and then we're going to have a safety or linebacker maybe drop. I think they're going to create a little umbrella to stop the slants and the quick patterns with Poyer and Hyde deep. I think the Bills' nasty zone defense that Leslie Frazier tunes in is going to be solve the problem that everybody think Miami will be for the Buffalo Bills.
I'd like to hit this really fast. New viewer here, Kyle Webster Roberts, says Hyde is hurt. I would like to say Jaquan Johnson is no joke.
Nope.
He's been a good part of this team and waiting in the wings for a couple years now. He got some playing time last night when Micah got hurt. I have no bad thoughts towards him stepping in. Same with DeMar Hamlin. I think Hamlin is a little behind Johnson. But look at what happened with these corners last night even. You know, I mean, nobody forgets. They're like, oh, no, now they're going to have to start 2 rookie corners. And it's like, well, Dane got hurt early, and they played that whole rest of the game, and they didn't score one more touchdown the whole rest of the night.
Right.
You know, I think as a unit, like, the parts are equal to the sum, right? Like, it's more about the team and the way they play on that side of the ball and the scheme than individual players. I think all of these players have elevated themselves in the competition and the depth on this team, the things that they always talk about in the offseason. It's paying dividends right now to where you can have 2 rookies step in and make an impact, and they've already proven it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I wouldn't worry too much. Hopefully Hyde's good to go. That was just a stinger too. It came out, you know, but you know how the Bills are. They take their time with guys. Gabe looked good on the sideline. I bet you he probably could have went, you know, but they're in it for the long haul, man. They're trying to win a Super Bowl. They're not trying to mess anybody up, and I think that they're playing it smart.
Right.
So.
And just to go off what I was saying, you got Benford that's being aggressive with either Hill or Waddle. He can knock him off the route.
Yep.
And then you have Kyer Elam, who thrives at the man defense. He can hang with the guys. And the umbrella I'm talking about, with Edmonds being so big in the middle, he's going to take away that full middle. Milano, we already know, is the number 1 covering linebacker in the league. He proved that yesterday with that wonderful zone coverage that he turned into an interception for 6. And then the other guy over there in Taron Johnson signed a new deal. He's a vet there. They all understand that. I think this defense will be I think they'll be okay. And especially, again, I repeat myself, with that 4-man rush doing what they did against the Rams, and that I don't think the offensive line has a chance. So Tua's going to be in trouble.
Debbie wins comment of the night. Number 40 will take Tua's will to live away. That's brutal, Debbie. I love it.
Not just him. Look how responsible and how gap responsibility, keeping the edge, the pressure when he has to put it on. Gregory Rousseau. Von Miller's gotten in this guy's ear. Gregory Rousseau, as far as smarts goes, let's remember he skipped out on his full senior year. Last year was his first year back after 2 years in the NFL. It's all coming together, and he is making such strides that don't forget about that. Von Miller has made such an impact on Rousseau, and we're seeing it every game so far.
Groot is a beast, and we should have spent more time on the other side of the show on him, but his performance is insane. He is a monster. He's stronger. He's smarter. They were talking about the guy that was guarding him and how Groot's wingspan is longer than his height, like the guy that was guarding him's height. And he was pushing him back, and the guy looked like when you put your palm on a little kid's forehead and he's swinging at you. You know, like his technique, you're right, Von has had an enormous impact on him, but do not take away from Groot and his offseason and his intelligence and his training. Like, the dude wants to win. That's the thing about this team, man. It's like every single dude wants to be out there and win, and they're rooting for each other.
Groot knows his body.
Yeah.
And he's come into it, and he stopped Henry in the backfield with a tackle, and he used his length. He got outside and dipped in and used his length. And when somebody's that big and lengthy and he knows how his body works, that's going to be a scary situation right there. It was beautiful to watch him.
Yeah. Poetry in motion.
Mm-hmm.
So we got, Hill to worry about. We got Waddle to worry about. Tua to worry about. I think this is a flash in the pan kind of thing. I'm absolutely not writing him off, but also we've seen what we get from him, right? The Patriots defense isn't anything to write home about. Baltimore's defense is not anything to write home about. Even when we're banged up, Tua hasn't faced the likes of a team like this. Nobody in the NFL has faced the likes of a team like this, including the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, 2 teams that did had a problem with him.
Yeah, so they better have one hell of a game plan drawn up. But my question is, the man said if he can't see you and you can't see him, he's not throwing you the ball, right? Like, isn't that a quote from Tua?
Yep.
So we got these big guys right in the middle. I guess the middle of the field's wide open. All you got to do is shut down the edges, right?
Yep.
Right, because you got, like Scott alluded to earlier, Jermaine Edmonds in the middle there. He's not one of his biggest attributes to this defense is the ability to take away the middle of the field because of his length and speed. So if Tua can't see you there, and then you got Tremaine Edmonds camping out there, the edges are all where you're going to have. And then if you notice, Tua had a lot of dink and dunk type passes to the running backs. And again, like this past week, Matt Milano. That's what he's there for. So good luck.
I mean, Matt Milano, Benford, I don't know. I'm so impressed by that. That read from Benford and that tackle on Henry. Are you kidding me? Like, I also don't know, are the Bills just this much of a juggernaut and so good that they're making elite players look bad? Jalen Ramsey looked good this week, right? And he's back on the sideline screaming that he's him. He's not him. Our boy Stephon Diggs is him, and we already know it. He made him look like he was playing Pee-wee. But he can pretend like, week one didn't happen and go about his merry way, and that's fine. I don't know, man. I just what do we have to be worried about as an offense in this game? Anything?
At one point, the Miami Dolphins were juggernaut cornerback wise. They still have
Xavier Howard,
but Nick Needham, the guy at number 40, he's the one that gave up a lot of those passing yards for the Ravens. So that other side of the field, if Gabriel Davis is back, good luck. I think this is a game that Dawson Knox can finally come into his own. Defensively, I didn't see a lot of pressure from them. We're playing a 3-4 defense again, which is the same defense we played the last 2 weeks, so we're very familiar with it. But not much of a threat there. Xavier Howard is always a threat. He's an all-pro, but we've seen what Stephon Diggs does against all-pro quarterbacks. And without any help.
We saw what Diggs did against him last year. I mean, Howard kind of had his way with him in the beginning of the game, but by the end of the game, Diggs had him. We got the Lady Bills in the comments.
What's up, Lady Bills?
Lady Bills.
Welcome.
Rob Mullen says, my guess is Miami changes up what they've been doing, believing we are focusing on Hill and Waddle. Look for H-back screens to guys like Edmonds and Mozart.
Rob, I'm glad you brought that up because this is where Von Miller is going to get into Russo's ear. Anytime the running back crosses your face, follow them to the flat. Whether it's
Russo was doing this last year before Von Miller was here too, so he's already got that in his head.
All right, so if it's a defense, Jarrod, and you understand this, if the defense is cold where the cornerback is going to be in the flats, you don't have to worry about the running back over there. When he crosses your path, you can let him go. But if it's a defense that you understand where that corner is going to follow man-to-man defense and you see the running back cross your face, I do think Von Miller and Russo are smart enough to follow him and take that part of the game away from these guys.
Hell yeah. I love it. Well, anything else with this game? Anything else we're keeping an eye on? Or are we going into our predictions?
I'm sorry, Jarrod, if I cut you off there. I apologize.
AFC East rival. Mark Maddox, one of our special guests on the K-Gun Report, he often says that when you play a team twice a year, it's hard to beat them once, it's hard to beat them twice. And when you see the same team over and over again, it's going to be crazy. The one thing us Bills fans have is Dorsey sitting there at the offensive coordinator position. He's new. So even two weeks in, he's still got new stuff to show. And it's going to be a tough one. My score prediction is going to be a little bit closer this week than they had the first two, just because it's a team we see regularly and it's an AFC East rival. So
please keep in mind that Josh Allen is the father of the Miami Dolphins when you're doing these score predictions. Hey guys, get your score predictions and bold predictions in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to hit that way right now. Who wants to start off? Jarrod, why don't you teased it, man. Why don't you give us your score prediction and bold prediction for this Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Jarrod's favorite time of day for the game.
Best time and day to watch the game. My bold prediction is going to be, let's see here. I didn't even really think about it. Score prediction is going to be 35-17 Buffalo. That's still closer than the first two games.
Yeah.
But my bold prediction is I don't know if Tua is going to make the whole game. He might be out before the half because of the constant pressure that the Buffalo Bills defensive line itself puts on them. And it's going to be interesting to see if there's a blitzing scheme coming into this game or not. But I don't think Tua will last long this week.
So you're predicting an Epinesa emergence, huh?
Yep.
That's the way the game ended last time for him, right?
For him, yep. That's what, when we were talking about Tua, I remember when the Bills first faced him for his first game against the Bills, he went out, I think, on the first or second play. And I don't see much difference with that front four with the pressure that they've been able to put on the quarterback the last 2 weeks. It's just going to be scary. And if Tua is only focused on the outside and can't see down the middle, his games can be limited, and that pocket's just going to crumble on him.
Yep.
I like it. I wonder if we're going to see a lot more of Tua trying to take off, like if they're going to do some designed QB runs with him, stuff like that, to try to Josh Allen, you know what I mean? What do you got, Scott?
Well, right now he's only got 3 rushing attempts in the first 2 games, so he's not someone that's going to do that. But that may be something.
They might have been holding it back, man.
It may be holding it back. And again, that's what I said. Von Miller has been in the ears of Epinesa, Russo, and all that stuff. You see anybody cross your face, go get him. My score prediction, I think the Bills, I don't think there's a defense out there that can stop them from scoring 40. I really don't. So I'm going to keep that 40 mark going, 42. And I'm going to give him an extra touchdown than I gave him last week, 42-17. I'm going to go 42-17. And my bold prediction is I have seen Edmonds mature, a couple tackles in the backfield, a sack yesterday. I'm going to give him a sack and an interception this week. A sack and an interception.
For Edmonds?
For Edmonds.
Man, you're trying to make Lady Bills' night.
Well, I think Leslie Frazier saw something in his blitzing ability. He's been effective when they blitz. He doesn't blitz often. And like I said, that middle of the field is going to be Tua's nightmare. I think the Bills are going to design it to where the pocket does open in front of him, because we all know Tua just said he can only see the players, the comment he said. And I think if you open up the middle, make him force the ball in the middle where their 6'6" big wingspan linebacker sitting, I think there's going to be a forced interception for Edmonds. So interception and sack.
Nice. To add to that, Scott, I wanted to add it earlier, but I never really jumped in there and said it. But
to add to your prediction, Scott, hold on.
The whole fact that Tua said that, you got 2 guys in the way back, Poyer and Hyde, that are going to make a heyday out of it, baiting him to making the wrong decision. We'll see what happens here. Poyer's going to have 3 and 3.
You take care of your halves, because you got 2 speed demons that can break that half. So let them take care of the halves, Jared. Let's not have them.
Okay, Taron Johnson. Taron Johnson,
okay.
Then.
All right.
Baiting.
All right, you guys done arguing? Can I do mine now or what? All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Swank.
Did you call Mom the other day? No, just kidding.
35-13 is where I'm going with this game. I decided to take the total points that the Bills have allowed to other offenses and kind of put it in the middle somewhere. And, I think 13 points is fine. I think you're going to see Tua try to air it out a lot in this game. I think he isn't seasoned enough to really push a rookie corner the way he thinks he can, and I think they're going to underestimate actually how good these corners are. So my bold prediction is that Tua is going to throw 3 picks, and one of those picks is going to go to our rookie corner, Mr. Benford, and 2 of those picks are going to go to Jordan Poyer so that he can pad his average, keep up with that 17 for the season.
Swank, right now, the Miami Dolphins are throwing the ball about 66% of the time. And if they have to play catch up with the Buffalo Bills, you could see that number come up. So
hell yeah,
make them throw it.
Hell yeah. I'd say it's funny that like most of our predictions were on the defensive side of the ball. I guess we're more concerned about that side of the ball than the offense, obviously. But I would say look for Gabe to come back very strong this week. I think he's going to be active, and I think he's going to put on a clinic, and he's going to make you see why you didn't want to play him this last Monday there, Tennessee. He's going to go off like a soda pop top. We got
you guys see this fella named Sammy
Dolphins? Oh,
yeah, welcome to the K-Gun Report, Sammy Dolphins. Obviously a Dolphins fan. Has Dolphins winning 34-17. Sammy, give us what's your X factor in bold prediction? How do you think you're going to keep the Bills to 17, and how do you think you're scoring 34?
You're getting a real you're getting a real challenging tone there. You need to calm down, Jarrod.
Show me.
We appreciate you tuning in, Sammy Dolphins, and
thank you. Yeah, hell yeah.
Please come on the show next week
for your chance to win a Tremaine Edmonds helmet.
Yeah.
Then you can sell it to he can honestly sell it to one of his Bills fans, buddies.
There you go.
All right. Ramon says we have momentum going into this game, yet it's hard to maintain that level of intensity 3 games in a row, especially on the road. I agree with you, Rob, but I don't know if this is like a maintenance thing. I think this is just their baseline. It doesn't really seem like they're trying. Obviously they're trying, right? But it doesn't seem like they've shown everything they got yet, right? It's week 2 and they're blowing out good teams. Miami's new on the block, man, and I think people, again, I respect what Tua did. It's not hard to win in this league. It's not hard to come back like that in this league, and that's exactly why you get a guy. And I don't know. I think it'll just be interesting, man. I don't think that the media or the hype or any of that stuff has gotten to these guys one iota. I think this is just how they want to play, and that's the statement in the locker room. That's what they put out in the field. So, oh yeah, Rob. I wasn't saying anything about. Yeah, no, it's cool. I agree with you. Rob's a great contributor to the page, by the way. One of our favorites. All right, guys.
We'll find out if this is a maintain or keeping a high level because, like Rob said, on the road, we're not only on the road, but we played a Monday night game, so we have a couple less days to practice and prepare for a team that's 2-0. So we'll see if this is a maintain team or a team that's been playing at a high level.
Hell yeah. All right,
Sammy, I'm here to welcome back the AFC East Bills-Miami rivalry. Let's just say that. I'm glad it's here. Root for your team as we will root for ours. But I see your little comment there. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Sammy.
Do. Jesus. Jarrod. All right. Each week we do Fandemonium Pick'ems. And if you look at this Pick'ems record, maybe the reason Jarrod's got so much bite in his voice, a little bitter taste in his mouth, is that he is still in the basement after 2 weeks, while Scooter and myself are sitting up here at 7-3. What were my 2 losses? What were our 2 losses?
I don't have it here.
Well, you're the guy in charge of this shit. Get your shit together. Come on, let's
go. You guys had 2 games that you flip-flopped. That was one of them. I forgot what it was. Anyway, I'll show it to you later.
No. Yeah, okay, great. See, this is why we know he cheats. You see that? I can't believe I don't think you even won 4 games. I think it's 1.
Right. I gave myself 2.
All right. Obviously, we all picked the Bills, so that's a gimme. Let's see. We got Bengals at the Jets, 1:00 on Sunday. Scott, what do you got for that?
Bengals at the Jets. Jets.
Jets. Jets.
I would love to see the Bengals drop 3 Super Bowl runner-up. Man, that'd be cool. I'd like to see awesome. I like to see this AFC rivalry get a little closer there, make the games count a little more. So, Jets, I'll give them this one.
I like that because I think the Bengals are way more of a threat than the Jets ever will be to us. So
we play them both.
They got to win one of these times, though, right?
Yep.
I mean, Jesus. Jarrod, who you got?
I got the Bengals winning.
I knew you would. I'm going Bengals too. Josh is going Jets. Kyle Roberts says Jets by 2.
And a game safety right there, boom.
Rob Mullen, a lot of pressure on Cincy right now. That is for sure, man. Burrow cannot avoid a sack. He's getting knocked around a lot.
The Bengals were an opportunistic team last year. I mean, I think they were highly overrated. I would have loved to see the AFC Championship game come through Buffalo where they would have been handled, but that didn't happen, as we all know. And they've got a better team this year, and they still can't perform. So that just proves that they weren't really all the hype last year that they were.
That's an interesting take, Scott, but I have to tell you. Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right, K-Gun regulars and newbies. Every time we go past 9, we're in overtime. Thank you. Thank you to our boy Patrick for, always keeping us on track with the overtime.
Hey, guys, guess what time it is?
It's overtime. All right, so yeah, I picked the Bengals. Here we go. Ravens at Patriots.
Ravens got a nasty taste in their mouth after letting up all those points in the fourth quarter against Miami. I think they're going to take the hold of the horrible Patriot team. Ravens.
Ooh.
I'm going to jump right on that and say Ravens too. New England's just, I don't think they have it yet.
Well, I'm going to shock the world and say
Ravens.
Patriots are a dumpster fire. I don't know what would make me happier to see the Patriots lose and continue to lose and hear all the cries from Boston. I hope there's a guy, Billy Boston, that comes on here too. You know, we got the Dolphins guy. That's awesome. We get somebody from the Patriots, whatever they call the Patriots. What is it, like
the fan base or the?
Yeah, what's their fan base called? Like Pat's Nation or something stupid. No, it's probably like
Brady. Still.
Brady's Ballerinas, something like that. Yeah.
Just a tip is out.
Lady Bill says Ravens. Josh Cook, Ravens. Kyle Roberts going with the Pats upset. I can appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Kyle, thank you. All you guys, thank you very much. Even the newbies, love the comments coming in. Keep
Oh,
it going.
yeah, man. Don't be afraid to chime in. So, we're going to pick a couple toilet bowls here.
Swank, let's go to Thursday prime time and let's go to Monday night prime time.
Is that what you want to do?
Steelers and Browns, toilet,
Yeah.
and then Cowboys and Giants.
All right. I'll start out with the Thursday night if you guys don't mind.
Don't
If you're
mind.
new to the show, I hate the Browns. I think that they're Steelers. Steelers every day. If you want to get up on me, you think the Browns are going to beat somebody, I always pick whoever's playing the Browns. I pick against them. So, and that's how I got up. That Jets pick.
Yep, I'm going Steelers.
Joey Hatch says Mac and Cheese Nation. I like that, Joey.
Speaking of mac and cheese nation, Swank,
Yeah.
what's going on with that crock pot mac and cheese?
Oh,
What do
yeah, you
got
guys
going?
were asking me about it. So on Sunday sessions, Sarah and I and my buddy Joe, we were hanging out here watching the game, trying to, figure out some good eats. And I had Sunday sessions to do, obviously. And Sarah was like, let's do crock pot mac and cheese. And it's like super easy, dude. You just put a box of macaroni noodles in and all your cheeses and evaporated milk, and you let her go and cook, man. Set it and forget it, and it is tasty. I had leftovers tonight for dinner. It was great.
How'd you get that sound?
You gotta go on your lips, man. Like,
I know.
pushing like this. All right, we get who else?
I'm going Steelers too with you guys.
Steelers? What are you? Oh, you going Steelers too, Scott?
Yeah, we all got Steelers.
Oh my God, have we picked one different yet?
Yeah, the Bengals and Jets. Scott picked the Jets.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one different.
Well,
That's
and
the
you
only
picked
different.
you picked the Dolphins too, right, Jarrod?
Never.
All right, and our last pick'em of the night, Cowboys at Giants. This is a heartstring tugger, man. Like, because I hate both of these teams, and I also hate Dable. But I'm kind of like Cooper Rush, man. It makes me happy he's doing better than Dak.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I know, man. I know. What do you guys got, Jarrod?
Zeke,
Go.
yeah.
I'm gonna
it's a
go
mess,
Giants.
man.
I'm gonna go Giants.
You're going Giants? Yeah, Zeke is a mess, dude. He's washed. Him and Matt Ryan should get together.
If Giants win, they're 2-0, right?
Yeah,
Three.
3-0.
They're 3-0. They're 3-0. I'm sorry. I'm going Cowboys. I like Rush winning these games.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys.
And I would
as well.
I would love for the Cowboys organization to question whether or not to start Dak if Rush goes.
You get
7-1
Jimmy
by the
Jones
time
up
they-
there jittering up in the Jimmy Jones.
Can you imagine that though? Can you imagine the Cowboys winning 7 games before Dak comes back? And now what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna bench him because Dak's like the franchise. That's what they're gonna do. And you messed around with his money there for a while, and then you ended up paying him, and now he's hurt again, and you're just a mess, man. Just like you overpaid Amari Cooper, and then now he's a Brown, and he catches like, flavor of the week touchdowns here and there. I don't know. It's just It's a mess.
I like Dak. I do like Dak. He has done nothing wrong for the league and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I hate the Cowboys, so unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, Dak is one of those guys, man. He's like, he's more likable than that group of quarterbacks that I'm always like, like Phillip Rivers did a lot, threw a lot of yards, never won anything. Jay Cutler always talked about him, whatever. There's all these quarterbacks everywhere. Sam Darnold was one of those guys. And then all of a sudden, now he's a backup, or, well, he's not even. He's hurt. But, like, he will be a backup. And, man, where are all those guys talking about, like, Sam Darnold just needs a team around him? I know that he didn't go to the Panthers and have, like, an amazing team around him, but he's in the back line. Nobody's talking about it at all. I want all these dudes to step forward and say, I was wrong about Sam Darnold, because he's going to be a career backup. Like, that's what he's going to be. And it's sad, but, like, that's what he always was, So, anyway, that's the end of my rant. Well, guys, here we are, 9:07. We got all of our pick'ems done. We've had a great time with the Fandemonium here. We're still averaging up over 20.
Thank you, guys.
You guys, this has been a great night, and thanks for all the participation. Almost 300 comments already.
Damn, yeah,
killing
good.
it. Oh, man. Milton Jarvis says, "Where's Rosen?"
Yeah.
Mike V says at a retirement home. Oh, you guys are funny. Anyway, we're going to hit you with some final thoughts and sign off here. It's been a long day. And, again, thank you guys so much. But, Scott, why don't you lead us off here? What do you got? What do you got for a final thought here?
As much as the primetime games, being successful earns you those primetime games, it's the Sunday night football that I love. The 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon football. The 1 p.m., the get back to normalcy, wake up, do your morning routine, get your food cooking, go to church, get the show going. It's just a normal Sunday now with the Bills playing at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And what better way to have your first game in away against a divisional rivalry? One game at a time, guys. We're 2-0. The Dolphins are 2-0. Enjoy the full 4 quarters of this game. Enjoy your 1 o'clock or your Sunday 1 p.m. game, and just cheer loud for those that can't be at the game, and just love every moment of it for sure. Go Bills!
Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Jarrod.
Hi, guys. Game number 3 for the Buffalo Bills this season is another statement game. We started off with the Super Bowl champs. We won. We started off with second game was against the number 1 seed in AFC last year. We won, which is a very important game to win. These games usually are the ones we drop with the AFC playoff spots, so getting a Titans win is huge. Now we are facing probably the only contender in the AFC East for our Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins. So another statement game. If we go 3-0, it's going to be huge. I'm looking forward to going 3-0. But like Scott said, don't blink. Enjoy every minute. Enjoy this ride, because if that by the end of the season, if our expectations of raising that Lombardi Trophy is true, you got to enjoy the ride too. I can't wait to see everybody next Tuesday to talk about the Bills game again. But don't forget, Sunday sessions. These guys are going to be back at 11 o'clock. Sunday sessions Sunday. Tune in there to get the last minute news and active and inactive rosters. But I can't wait to see everyone next Tuesday. Enjoy the ride. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Nicely
11:30, Jarrod. 11:30 Sunday sessions.
Yeah, it's 11:30. 11:30 to 12:30 right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Yeah, man. I think I'm going to combine what both of you said.
That's all right.
Make it my own. We always talk about enjoying these games. Enjoy this time. Take a mental snapshot of where we're at right now, because it's taken a long time to get here. And guess what? We are a good football team. There was a long stretch, a 20-year stretch, where you could not say that, where people would make fun of you for even, hinting that they were good. These guys are good, and they are household names. And they're humble, and they're hungry. And, God, man, it's just a great time to be a Buffalo Bills fan. So just cherish every single moment. One last thing on the Miami game. We got to give them their respect. We gotta go down there and handle business. But I'm going to tell all of you the same way everybody across the whole country told us about the Chiefs. until you prove it, you're not better than us, right? Until we beat the Chiefs, it doesn't matter. Now we beat them, and now it's if we don't beat them in the playoffs, it doesn't matter. They're still better than us. Miami has to prove it. We don't have to prove anything. We need to go down there and play our game the way we want to play it, and we got to own the AFC East. So we go down, we finish, we take care of it, we do what we normally do to this team, and we come home 3-0, and we move on. And like that's the way I feel about it. That's the mindset I think that's completely different from all the years past, where we're worrying about other teams. We're trying to see like, well, maybe, hopefully, luckily, this will happen, or maybe this guy will be hurt, or maybe this guy will have an off day. No, we're going to play our game, and we're going to go down there, and they have to play to us. That's what it is right now.
Yeah, you said it, brother.
Right?
Hell yeah.
So that's the way I feel. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out here. This was actually like a record night for us. When we started out, there was literally 82 people watching on Facebook, and it cruised right at like upper 40s for most of the show. Thank you guys so much. So many new names, so many new faces. We're really proud of what we're doing and growing. And if you got any suggestions or comments, or you just want to talk, hit us up, DM us. We got shirts, tees, stickers, all sorts of stuff. We do a lot for the community. We try to do a lot for you guys, and a lot of our regulars and K-Gun OGs. They'll let you know how it works around here if you got any questions. So don't be afraid to join our group. You can catch us every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the K-Gun Report on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You can hit us up on Sunday sessions, 11:30 to 12:30 this Sunday, which is actually the first actual Sunday that we're going to be doing Sunday sessions. We've been done it on a Thursday and a Monday. That's me and Scooter Magooter down there, and Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports podcast. Be good to each other. Get hyped. Enjoy this win. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Tremaine Edmonds helmet up next week. Leave a comment during the show. You're entered to win. Go Bills.
2-0. Go Bills.
You got to do it the other way.
2-0. Go Bills.
Go Bills!
This is a dangerous group.